Little warning here before the video starts. I'm going to be spoiling most of the first chapters of each game since basically any footage of the game is a spoiler. So there you go, boom, spoiler warning. These games are amazing, so play them and come back. I don't know. Or stay, you do you. Anyways, on to the video. Hey! What kind of games do you like? Do you stick to the run-of-the-mill Battle Royale and FPS? Do you enjoy yourself some MOBAs and RPGs? Perhaps you play the occasional Gex Enter the Gecko for Microsoft Windows? Well, either way, I have a major breakthrough that I absolutely must tell you. Okay, so like visual novels are pretty sick and maybe you should play them. I don't know, I mean, you don't have to, but you know. Visual novels are the LaCroix of gaming. It's just not a real game, let's be honest. Like, you got your sodas, the Mountain Dews, the Coca-Colas, and then LaCroix boy over here comes over and you want to know, what's this little fuck doing on the playground, man? And you come to realize that he doesn't even go to the school? Visual novels are just a completely different experience from a game. It's basically an interactive storybook. You click the mouse and then the little anime cat thing takes her clothes off. Oopsies. But even though these aren't really as immersive as normal games, they can still provide an exciting experience. I don't have to tell you about Doki Doki Literature Club, right? I mean, holy shit, talk about a bad day at the fucking tennis club, Epiphany. These stories can tell off a multitude of tales, good and bad. If you want a story about depression, hey, that's cool, bro, come here. Oh, you need some epic fantasy shit? Hey, here I am. Need some bonker tits? Yo. Then again, not all visual novels are fixed to this concept of click button, get hard. Some strive further and go beyond that of normal experience. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about Shrek Super...
It's time to
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa is a visual novel video game series developed and created in 2010 by Spike Chunsoft. The story revolves around a group of high school students who become trapped in a school/island/academy and become part of what is called the Killing Game. With no way to escape, Monokuma, a dickhead sentient teddy bear grandmaster, states that they must kill someone to leave. Thus, the Killing Game is a go-go, baby. But hold up, you don't only have to get away with that murder, but you also have to survive a class trial without getting caught. If everyone else does not discover the killer, everyone but them dies. Bing bang bong, look at that schlock. Now that is a pretty intriguing concept if I'm being honest. This game originally caught my eye when I was traversing the Steam store one day, desperately looking for something to play after beating Gary's mod to death. And I saw this was on sale. I had never played a visual novel before then, so I was new to the genre, but I went in with an open mind. And this was the beginning of one of my most favorite video game experiences to date. Alright, so before I really get into my opinion of the game, let me give you a bit of a rundown of the gameplay loop. It is essentially like this. You talk to people, days go by, someone gets murked, you gotta investigate a crime scene, and then the class trial occurs. Easily the most fun aspect of the game. The class trial is akin to that of your Phoenix Wright courtroom. You're attempting to solve the case. In this, you are equipped with your truth bullets and must shoot down lies, deception, and misinformation. A very rewarding experience because it makes you feel like you're Batman. It makes you feel like a true detective. With every issue you solve, the gameplay begins to feel more and more inviting, allowing you to truly immerse yourself into the story. And when you figure out who that bad boy is, holy shit, do they get absolutely demolished. The characters are also a great part about the game. One of the story elements is that the school you're attending is host to students with ultimate abilities. So every student in the game has a tagline on them, giving you a good description of the character right off the bat. With these games being visual novels, there's clearly a tremendous focus on conversing with your fellow students, and I gotta say, these are some really interesting characters. It would be hard to argue that there isn't a character you like in any of the games. Everyone has such personality and backstory that talking to them doesn't feel like a chore, but instead a fun and intriguing conversation. With this number of characters, I'm sure there have been several tier lists and such rating them, and I would love to argue for my favorites as well. So if you have any strong opinions, here's my tier list, and leave a comment down below about how shit I am. Without these characters, the game would be nothing more than an empty husk and a teddy bear. Moving on, the gameplay can be off-putting to many people. I can think of several people who wouldn't want to drag on through a game that requires so much reading, but it's worth it, I promise. A lot of the game requires hours of reading and running around, but once you get to that class trial, man, oh my god, is it so hype. You just hear that music bouncing, and bro, the music is insane. I will legit pop these tunes on in the background and just jam out. The composers had no right making such bangers like Miss Monomi's Practice Lesson and rise and shine are assigned. Anyways, the class trial is the main appeal of the game. It involves your formation of the case and piecing everything together as you feel like a badass with how you solve it. Some of the minigames in between can kinda suck, Hangman's Gambit, of course, but it's a worthy exchange for such an interesting time. To wrap things up, Danganronpa is an absolute blast. You'll fall in love with the characters that unfortunately die 24/7, and solving murders feels amazing. I'm basically Ace Ventura, baby. This game truly means a lot to me, and I think a lot of you could find some joy in it. Let me just say that the subreddit is great, and even though the possibility of a new game in the series is slim, the community is forever thriving and would love to have you. I'm sure a criticism of this video itself might be that I didn't talk about the game enough, but I did that purposefully so that those who haven't played it have a chance to go in blind. I know many people don't mind spoilers, but for a game like this, when you have to solve murders and all that, I think it's needed. I know for myself, I didn't follow the rules because for the first game, I actually watched a walkthrough for most of the second half because I didn't want to waste time reading, being that all I wanted at the time was Steam achievements. But in hindsight, that was a huge mistake since I missed out on so many interesting cases. The second game is actually the only one that I didn't spoil myself over, and I find that to be one of the reasons it's my favorite out of the bunch. I love the protagonist, I love the story, I love the characters, and I love you, I love you, loyal viewer. Give it a try. If you don't like it, easy refund. As always, thank you for watching. I love y'all, and bye-bye.